All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Give us just a moment here to go live on all the different platforms. Today, we're going to be talking about our live mortgage rates and then doing a deep dive into profit and loss loans. Great topic here for today. So definitely an exciting day here and excited to check out the rates as well. Appreciate everybody tuning in nice and early. It looks like we're live on all the platforms now, so we'll go ahead and get it started here. Go ahead and drop a comment there in the chat. I see some comments coming in. Definitely appreciate it. We'll take the chat off the screen for now, but go ahead and keep dropping comments in there. And you can also drop any questions you have in the chat, and we would be more than happy to answer them after we go through our deep dive topic here. So we'll go ahead and get it started. All right, welcome everyone. My name is Kyle Hershey. I'm the COO of the Mortgage Calculator, joined here by our president, Nick Hershey, and our CSO, Jose Gonzalez. We are a lender that specializes in non-QM loans, and what we do every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern on this show is go through our actual live mortgage rates for a few different programs, and then we do a deep dive into a different unique loan program, and today's is definitely unique, which is our profit and loss loan. So because we specialize in non-QM loans here, we definitely do a lot of these, and Jose will probably shed some light on some great products that you didn't even know exist yet. So we'll go through that here shortly, but first let's check out the rates. So Nick, if you're ready, let's pull up today's rates and see what they're looking like.
All right. So as usual, rates are lower than they have been for the last year and a half. Definitely some settling in the markets. So let's check out the rates for today. We'll compare across all the programs. It is September 24th, just after 11 a.m. So all the standard programs have their initial rate sheets for today, and we'll compare the APR. If you'd like a full breakdown and itemized loan estimate that breaks down all the fees that go into the APR, please get with one of our team members. They would be happy to help you out. For the demo, as we do every day, we'll set up a standard scenario so we can compare. We'll set up a single family home. We'll set up a $500,000 purchase, $400,000 loan amount. That corresponds to 20% down payment, 80% loan to value. Use an estimated 760 FICO credit score and an estimated 40% debt to income ratio. So with those settings, let's go ahead and check out the rates for today. All right, first up is our 30-year fixed conventional for a primary home. This is typically the most common option people think of when they think of a mortgage. Rates today come in 5.625, final APR 5.939, absolutely amazing. And if for any reason our customer doesn't qualify for a conventional option, we'll typically want to compare an FHA option. FHA allows more leniency on credit issues and an overall higher debt to income ratio, but does require upfront and yearly mortgage insurance. FHA comes in today 4.99 with all of the fees and mortgage insurance included. Final APR 5.912. So today it's just a touch cheaper than conventional if our customer qualifies for both and they want to do mortgage insurance. And our customers that need to use it, it's definitely very comparable to our FHA options. And moving on to our VA for our eligible vets and active service members. This one jumped up a little bit from yesterday, coming in today at 5.125, final APR 5.402 with a standard funding fee. But notice when we compare across programs, our vets or active service members will have the best options with VA as the APR is going to be conventional or FHA. And our final standard option that any bank or lender has, USDA, is only for properties in USDA eligible areas. That's the rural areas of the country. If the property is eligible and the borrower is eligible, these are good options. 4.99 rate today. Final APR 5.705 with all the fees included. And if our customers shopping in these rural areas, they're going to be comparing typically to an FHA, which USDA is going to be a touch cheaper, you can see. And it's going to be a touch cheaper than conventional. So good option in those rural areas. And that rounds out the standard options that every bank or lender has. But if our customer doesn't qualify, unfortunately, many banks or lenders have to deny them. But we have 5,000 other options, starting here with our 30-year fixed non-QM alt-doc options for a primary home. So if our customer doesn't qualify for conventional or FHA using tax returns, etc., needs to switch to alternative docs, we can flip over here to our non-QM alt-doc option using bank statements, 1099s, today's topic, P&L statements. And similar rates today for bank statement 6.000, final APR 6.309. And as usual, to switch to alternative docs, it's within about a half a point of conventional. So great option for customers that need to use it. Still very comparable on the rates there. And moving on to investment properties, tons of options for investment properties. First up, our non-QM alt doc, again, bank statement 1099 or P&L as our topic is today. rates as low as 6.5 today for investment. Final APR 6.823. And let's compare that to our other investment options. Our standard conventional option is here. Remember, there are no government programs for investments, so no USDA, FHA, or VA, but conventional does have investment properties, rates as low as 6.25, final APR 6.581, and that's a touch lower than our alt doc option, which is awesome. And, it's a battle. Today, it's not lower than our DSCR option. So typically this could be lower, but today DSCR is lower again. Absolutely amazing. DSCR is our favorite loan program. No income information needed, no employment information needed from our borrowers. Simply use estimated rents from the appraisal to determine the DSCR ratio. The estimated rents can cover the estimated expenses, aka the property will cash flow. That's a ratio of 1 or higher, which is preferred. For this example here, we used a 3-year prepayment penalty, which is standard for DSCR. Rates as low as 6.25. Final APR comes in 6.553, just a touch lower than conventional. Pretty amazing. And we can add a 5-year prepay to some programs, and that beats conventional by a lot here. Rates as low as 5.875. Final APR 6.181. Amazing. And we do have a no prepayment penalty option for the states that don't allow it or investors that don't want one. No problem. Rates as low as 6.5. Final APR 6.823. So a touch higher than conventional, which is typical, but most investors still prefer a DSCR option. And the final 2 options here, not much movement recently, but these are great options. 30-year fixed second mortgages for our primary homes here first. For our customers that have a low rate first mortgage, probably lower than the rates you see here, and still need to access equity, some cash out, they can use a second mortgage instead of a HELOC program, which is typically the alternative. So a fixed rate second mortgage instead of a HELOC comes in today at 8.125 rate, final APR 8.542, which is going to be a much lower rate than a HELOC, and it will be fixed instead of adjustable. So great option to get cash out for our primary borrowers. And same program for our investment properties, can get cash out, rates as low as 9.25, final APR comes in 9.542 to get cash out of that investment property without touching that first mortgage. And these are non-QM programs as well, so you can use bank statements, 1099s, and our topic for today, P&L statements. So since we do our general demo here, we don't go into the specific programs, but P&L programs are always under a category of non-QM, but they're very specific. So Jose, first, let's talk about why we would use P&L versus bank statement so people can understand the more common version, why we'd use this, and then let's check out our program options.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Daily Mortgage Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. We have many solutions here at the Mortgage Calculator for our self-employed borrowers, right? We're not just cookie cutter, full doc with tax returns. We have a multitude of alt doc options, right? Bank statement is one of the most popular ones. 1099 also popular, but the profit and loss is the solution, the workaround when you have a bank statement loan fallout, which would happen usually because of declining bank deposit trends, unverifiable large deposits, too many NSFs or overdrafts. Those would be the common reasons why your bank statement loan would fail and why the profit and loss loan would be the solution to the failure. Again, it is for self-employed borrowers only, and it does require a profit and loss report, usually to be prepared by the tax preparer. So let's go right into our options here. As with all of our non-QM loan options, 90% LTV is the maximum LTV for any non-QM loan. And this is our primary purchase option here. Our lowest 90% LTV, 10% down. Lowest cost option is 9.25% at a cost of 0.5 points. And you can buy that down all the way to 8% at a cost of 2.375 points for our primary purchase, 90% LTV. So our investment purchase maximum LTV is 85%. So 15% down payment, minimum down payment for an investment property. Using profit and loss income. 8.375 is our lowest cost option at par, and you can buy that down all the way to 6.999 at a cost of 3.5 points. And for our low credit score borrowers, we do have this 600 credit score option for both primary and investment properties. 80% LTV is the maximum LTV for a 600 credit score. 10.875 is our lowest cost option at par. And you can buy that down all the way to 9.75 at a cost of 2.375 points. And now for our cash out options for our primary residence, 80% LTV is the maximum. 7.5% is our lowest cost option at par. And you can buy that down all the way to 6.375 at a cost of 2.5 points. Some amazing rates there for our P&L. Now for our investment property, again, cash out refi, 80% LTV, again, the maximum. 7.749 is our lowest cost option at par, and you can buy that down all the way to 6.624 at a cost of 3.375 points. And our last option here is for our 600 credit score or above borrower. 600 credit score is our minimum credit score for this option. 75 LTV is the maximum LTV with a 600 credit score for the cash out option. And you're looking at 11.125 lowest cost option at par, and you can buy that down all the way to 9.499 at a cost of 3.375 for our P&L with a 600 credit score. Please do look to the mortgage calculator for all of your profit and loss loan as well as non-Q1 loan needs.
All right. Thank you, Jose. I don't see any questions, but this is definitely an amazing program. Jose, real quick, can you touch on definitely a common misconception is that it has to be a actual CPA that prepares this P&L. Can you talk about some of the programs we have that may not require that?
Right. Definitely, I would encourage everyone when you're structuring your deal, look into the guidelines to make sure what is the requirement, because it does not have to be from a CPA. It's the CPA term is used, but it's used interchangeably. In many cases, just refer to a tax preparer that could have what they call the PTIN number, which is their tax preparer certification ID, or it could be actual accountant or an actual licensed CPA. And I would also caution that usually the P&L option is going to require a couple of months of business bank statements to be provided, but we do have options that do not require any bank statements to be provided with the P&L, which is a very critical component. So do be aware, guidelines are specific to the option being chosen, so make sure you review those guidelines to ensure you're not going to have any issues with your loan structure.
Absolutely. All right. Still don't see any questions, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Remember that we do this show at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday where we go through our live rates and then do a deep dive into a different topic. So we'll have a new topic for you tomorrow. We'll see you all tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, for the next episode.